Hi everyone. Look, I've only got a couple of minutes, but the last couple of days I've been doing this integration between brain and heart and really trying to open that. And it must be working because this morning I was in tears 3 times and nearly again at lunchtime. So I thought I'd go, okay, I'm just going to put myself on the table energetically and just spend a couple of minutes and sort of see, is it the heart energy, is it the brain energy, or is it something else? So that's sort of what I'm going to do, but I'm going to use my etheric body because it's just easier for me to look and see what's going on. So this one's for me and anyone who energetically is having a hard time on the planet at the moment. There's some big energy going on in Australia at the moment, and you know, this whole big 6 weeks of energy on the planet. So Es Rock, Uluru, there's actually, I'll try to attach it. Please send me a message if I haven't done it. I'll try to attach the connection to it. There's a old story about Es Rock, and there's a light worker who's been getting messages for like the last 3 years about this, and he didn't know what it was all about, and only just recently he's been working on energy that has put together all of these stories. And when he was speaking to an Aboriginal elder, it it put it all together and went, that's what it's all about. So they're hoping for 100,000 people in Australia or the world to be in a group meditation on the 21st of the 12th at 9:04, I think Northern Territory time here in Australia. So I'll try to connect that. Anyone who's interested, hop on there and see if you want to be part of it. But I'm going to try to do that, assuming I have time. So getting into my energy. I'm just not sure what this is about. Is it just because I'm getting out of my brain and into my heart? Is it because there's something broken in there? Is it, I'm just sort of curious. Okay, give me a yes, give me a no. Is there a goal I need to have online? Do I need a flower essence? Do I just need to start scanning? I just need to start scanning. Okay, so for me, head up this end, feet up that end. Do I need to be face down, face up? Do I need anything through the brain? Celestial circuit. Has something been jammed because of what we've been doing? Is something flowing too fast, flowing too slow? Is it okay? So it's flowing too slow. So the celestial circuit isn't moving as well as it should. So I'll do it on me first. So pubic bone, top, bottom, lips. Tongue behind the teeth, roof of the mouth, as far back on the roof as you can go, tailbone, top, bottom, lips, and the 3 spots on the roof of the mouth. Okay, so it's off to the right. Interesting, so that's the more masculine side. So the masculine side is more connected to the head, the feminine side is more connected to the heart. Okay, is it behind? Is it beside? So is it facing down? What direction? Going through the clock. Okay, so it's about, okay, so around 4 o'clock. So sort of not quite straight out to my side, it's slightly behind. Okay, so it's slow. So let's firstly just sort of run that celestial circuit. And the celestial circuit is about that core sense of self. That core sense of who we are, what we're doing here on the planet. One of the other lovely things that showed up in the kinesiology session was a genealogy connection, and the thought that came to mind when Cheryl was working on me was about my grandfather, so my mum's dad. His mother or grandmother was was one of the first midwives, except it wasn't even called that back then, in out west of Sydney here in Australia. She was like 18 years old, had just got married. She was on her way out west, and someone was giving birth to someone, and some dude came out of like a, I don't know, a barn or a pub or someone and said, hey, you're a woman, you need to know how to do this, and called her in. And she ended up teaching midwifery for like 60 years. Anyway, so the genealogy came through that it's the healing is in the family, which I had never considered before. So just allow that energy to breathe on through that celestial circuit. It's flowing, but there is like a pain and punishment amygdala pattern there. Yeah. And then wanting to run away rather than feel the pain. And that's why it's easier to be in the head, hey, you know. So when we're in our head, we're not feeling with our heart as much. Okay, I'm going to check the amygdala emotions chart. Oh, okay. So it's gone right into shame. So on the map of consciousness, where 1,000's our aim, because that's enlightenment, shame is actually 20 or lower. So it's a really low vibrational energy. It's not useful. It's the sort of thing that stops us moving forward. It stops us moving on. Shame is one of those energies that when people put stuff onto you, they say things about you, so then you can't like yourself. And sometimes it's about the way we look, it's about the way we think, it's about our intrinsic value system, it's about our belief system. And when someone, So when someone doesn't like you, what do you do about it? I think predominantly they're not part of our tribe anymore, but anyway, so with this shame, there's a few things going on there. It's, feeling mortified, feeling embarrassed, which once again makes me want to escape. So wanting to run away, escape, submission, freeze. Release any and all shame from my physical being. I release any and all shame from my mental being. I release any and all shame from my emotional being. I release any and all shame from my spiritual being. Okay, and then there's reticular activating system showing up. So that's that little area in behind the brain stem. Okay, so the serotonin points are switched off, or they're flattened. So serotonin, dopamine, oxytocin, they're all linked in with the pineal, the hypothalamus, that whole HPA axis. So it's hard to feel good about yourself when you're not releasing serotonin, dopamine, feel-good hormones. Yeah, right, and that's just creating vigilance. So, and once again, I think this is just the year of people heightened energy, isn't it? So vigilance, so that little point's over the belly button, but it's out, about 4 inches above, and the serotonin points are at the sides. So the low serotonin is of course calming and nurturing. It's a feel-good hormone, happiness hormone. Serotonin converts to melatonin at night time. It helps us sleep. See if my dantian is where it's supposed to be. Okay, so that's back in place. Okay, so linked in with that, is it still linked in with the shame and the vigilance and serotonin? Yeah. So there's a flower essence just to sort of shimmy things through here. There's a couple of them actually. Okay, just be 2 shakes. Okay. So the first one's Sunshine Wattle. Sunshine Wattle is the inability to see a bright future. And I think that is part of what's been going on with me the last few days. Because you see the big picture with what's going on around the world, and it's hard to imagine life ever getting back to a better than pre-COVID normal. So Sunshine Wattle's for optimism, it's for enthusiasm, it's for reigniting the fire in your belly and feeling great, you know, and seeing that life, it has all infinite possibilities. It's 5 drops. And Red Lily's the second one. Red Lily is for feeling vague, disconnected, split, indecisive, lack of focus, daydreaming. So the positive is feeling grounded and focused and living in the present. And you know, just about every single, I think my clients just turned up, I think just about every healer I've ever been to for 25 years has said, I've got to meditate more, I've got to do some practices of healing, I've got to, you know, see that light worker within, and I find that really challenging. So that's my little balance. Thank you for sharing. Take care, and hope you all have a fantastic day, week, month, year. Hope the end of 2020 is the best yet. Okay, take care, guys.